The Warren Buffett study is so misleading. I made a video saying that there are certain periods of time, like 2 to 5 years, where you can find sectors that are going to beat the S&P 500, and everybody just throws this one Warren Buffett study in my face. So before I show certain periods of history where there was sectors that did beat the S&P 500, let me make it very clear. The study came right after the Great Recession. If Warren Buffett had conducted that study a decade earlier, it would have been completely wrong. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically when Warren Buffett did this study where he challenged a bunch of hedge funds and like other mutual funds to try to beat the market, and they didn't. Well, the S&P was on one of its best bull runs of all time. So here's a few. Between like 2002 and 2007, the commodities market was absolutely kicking the hell out of the S&P 500. And pretty much as a note, from 2000 to 2010, the S&P basically was flat. So guess what? If you had your money in an S&P index fund at that time, you would have made nothing. But if you would have found other sectors, like, oh, also oil and gas, kicked the hell out of the S&P during this time period, you would have been far better off. Not to mention if you got involved with technology between 2017 and 2021, or even a couple years back before the AI boom. And right after the Great Recession, biotech and healthcare had a huge boom. Gold and silver are both up over 60% this year. So yeah, if you only have a couple grand in your bank account, it might not be worth it to spend the time and the money working with an advisor, and they probably won't even want to work with you. But if you can get an advisor to manage 6 figures plus of your income that actually is finding and targeting these sectors, you will beat the market. Because yeah, if you just pick certain stocks, they might not beat the market, but you can find sectors that will win. Once again, past performance is not an indicator of future results, and this is not investment advice. But instead of just seeing one Warren Buffett study and making all of your decisions based off of that, maybe you should do some research of your own.